Yo, what is up guys? My name is Boustedt and I run the Takeover shop where editing assets and presets for short form content creators just like you. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a very raw behind the scenes look in how I actually edit my own reels. So that way you can take what you learned from me and just go implement on your own videos. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get straight into Adobe Premiere Pro. The first thing that you guys want to go ahead and do is hit new project. So if you're a beginner, this video is going to be perfect for you because I'm literally just going from A to Z, literally rendering as well. We want to go to new project. Just like this, name it whatever. I'm just gonna do moving to Cali reel, just like that. And then you can change your location. I'm just gonna leave it there because that's fine for now. And then I'm just gonna skip all of this. I don't really like to mess with that. Okay, so your guys' workspace may not look like this. So what you want to go ahead and do is I think your monitor will look probably something like this, just like that. It'll be like that. You want to just drag it over here, and then you'll see that this will highlight completely over here, and then you just drag this out. So that way this will be your entire short form sort of work area. So you can see like on a bigger screen what your reels actually looking like real time. And then I'm just gonna drag over this. This is where I have all of my project media. And then also over here is my plugin that I use. It's not my plugin, sorry. Premiere Composer. It has the Takeover starter kit in here, which by the way, if you guys want to go ahead and cop that, link down below. It's a little freebie that I give to you guys, so go check it out if you haven't. And then it actually reset for me, but I did have all of my b-roll right here inside of Premiere Composer. Just right now, since I moved, I kind of like did some things with my computer, yada yada. First things first, you guys want to go ahead and import your media. And the way that you do that, just hit import media or Command I, and then just go ahead and find the video that you want to edit. So right here, here's my video. I'm just gonna hit import. I'm gonna drag and drop it, and right now it's actually only a sort of wide aspect ratio, and we don't want that. So you want to go to sequence settings, and then you want to do 1080 by 1920. Now typically you would want your frame rate, let's go back, typically you do want your frame rate to be like 29 for social media or 30 for social media. I recorded in 23, 24. It still works. Just not optimal for social media is what it is. So now we got our footage inside and it's looking about right, but now it's all wonky, scaled wrong, and then also off to the side rotated. You guys want to go over here to effect controls, scale, just throw that to 50, and then rotation, you want to throw that to, let's see, 90 degrees. Sometimes you have to do negative 90 degrees if it's the wrong way. So sweet. So now we have our video ready to edit. First things first, what I like to do personally is I like to color grade my footage. So the way that I do that is I like to go to Lumetri color and then go to creative. Then I actually have LUTs for me already loaded in. And if you guys actually want these LUTs yourselves, it's in my solo creator bundle or the essential movement effects pack. So just go ahead and cop that. I like to use season just like this. I think I may have overexposed the video a little bit. So let's go ahead to basic corrections and maybe just turn the exposure down a little bit, or maybe turn the highlights down a little bit. Just like that, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Here's the before, here's the after. Looks way better. Okay, so after we got the LUT applied, then I'm just gonna go ahead and work on the actual audio. So the way that I work on the audio is I just go over here. I used to actually use a preset in my Takeover pack, but now I just go over here to the dialogue preset, or just click this. It'll be like a little icon. And then you wanna go over here. For me, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and go to repair because there's a little bit of background noise. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select that and then do reduce noise just like that. And then from there, you're pretty much good to go, especially for this mic. But if you guys want, you guys can go to the Takeover preset pack and then go to the mic compressor and just throw on a compressor just to make it like sound more thick, kind of more studio grade quality. Okay, so that's a little bit loud. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit G. So for gain, and then just do -3. Just see how that feels. My personal brand, I bet. I just really want it to be in the yellow. I don't want it peaking that much. So that's good. And then we're just gonna go over and start doing basic cuts. Okay, so I have my C tool as cut so that I could cut. And then I have my X set to ripple delete just like that. And then it'll just go ahead, ripple delete, super fire. And then we're just gonna go ahead and cut through this entire video. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand helps me move into this dream. It's nuts to say this, but so I messed up. My personal brand messed up again. And this is genuinely how long it takes to record short form content sometimes. Like today was just an off day for recording. Like I'm actually low-key BTS, like struggling filming this YouTube tutorial as we're actually talking. But hey, bro, we're getting through it. Let's go ahead, rip delete those, and just keep on cutting. It's crazy to say this, but my personal brand put me in my dream apartment at the age of 22. not to say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment in California at the age of 22. And like, I'm no. So we're making some progress. Again, cutting is actually one of like the most like mundane sort of things. It's like not creative. It's just very tedious. But honestly, it's kind of a vibe, you know, just learn to enjoy it. Yeah, was that you? Appreciate you. I bet. I actually like that ending because it like kind of has a little bit of personality. Okay, so now that we cut up our footage, now we're actually on the fun part of the edit. And that's just literally doing the hook, the captions, and like the zoom ins and like some overlays. Some very chill. This video is gonna be like a very casual conversation sort of style to just really nurture my audience. So it's not anything too crazy today. So I'm gonna go through and just add some scale ins for the intro, and then we're gonna add our captions after that. Let's go ahead and just add some cool effects. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead, new item, adjustment layer for our sort of camera movement. And then I'm just gonna go ahead, trim it to the actual hook like so. And then we're gonna go down to our takeover preset pack. Now, this is actually just using the regular transform sort of effect. So you guys can go ahead and recreate these keyframes if you guys know how to do that. If you don't know how to make animations, go ahead, check the video top right corner. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and find the punch out fast blurry right here. And then you guys will see it's nuts to say this, but it's a dope little animation. If you guys wanna make it like a little slower, you guys can. It's nuts to say this, but just like that, or you guys can zoom in a little bit more as well. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand. I actually really like that, but personally, I want the actual sort of video clip to be zoomed in as well, like this. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment. Fire. So that's really dope. That's a dope little camera movement. But let's say I want to actually add a different one, which I actually do. I stack camera movements all the time, so just to make things a little bit more interesting. So as you guys can see, it zooms out, but then like it stops zooming and it's just like super static right now, which is pretty boring. So I just go to the transform tool. I have it in my takeover content editing pack with the motion blur and turned on. One, just so that way I don't have to go out of the pack and then just go type in transform, because that's lame. I just want to stay in this pack and like chill here, so that way I don't got to go up type, etc. I just really want it to be a drag and drop as much as possible. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to scale, bring it to the beginning, and then I kind of want it to have like a little bit of a zoom in effect the entire time, or a zoom out effect. So 106, I'm gonna actually drag this one to the beginning and then take the first one. So 106 to 100. Into my dream apartment at the age of 22. So it's just constantly zooming out. It's super subtle. So we'll go ahead and do a little before. Or this is before. This, but my personal brand put me into and it just stops. Apartment. Boring, right? Try it again. Say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment. Way more dynamic and just way more visually interesting. So I like that. Let's go ahead and just keep it moving for the camera movements. And then sometimes when you guys do camera movement, like watch this. So a little over, that's way too fast and it's like way too noticeable, and it just looks like very like cringy and like kind of corny, not gonna lie. So you just want to go ahead, go over a little bit, like maybe like if you want to do like a little bit slower, just do like drag it over a quarter and just drag this keyframe out. So a little over, and it's way more subtler of a change, and it looks just way better. I was working at a construction job. And then I'm actually just gonna go ahead and scale this up a little bit as well, just like this. We're actually just gonna copy and paste this scale the entire way, just because I kind of like this sort of like perspective, like that. And maybe even bring it up a little bit as well. Yeah, sweet. Now I'm just gonna continue doing the camera movements, and then after that, we're actually gonna add some B-roll. Okay, cool. So we actually got all of the camera movements, as you guys can see, done. So let's go ahead and play it through and see what we have so far. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment at the age of 22. So a little over 2 years ago, life looked completely different. I was working at a construction job that I absolutely hated until I got the opportunity to become a creative director for an online coach. And after 9 months of working together, the coach that I was working with scaled to $100,000 a month in just 16 weeks. And after seeing that and the power of brand, I knew I had to start taking action like immediately. Okay, you guys get the point. It's actually looking very good so far. So now let's go ahead and add on the B-roll where it actually makes sense. Okay, so the actual B-roll that I'm going to be using is going to be from the vlog that I actually filmed for my move-in. So if you guys haven't watched it, go check that out. But we're going to go over to where I have that saved, and that's actually going to be over here. Import. Okay, so we got our B-roll just like this, and then I'm just gonna go ahead, find the footage that I like. And the way that I'm actually like going through the B-roll is just by double clicking on the video and just do an I and then O for the points that I actually want to save, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and look for some more B-roll real quick, just like that, and then drag and drop down below like that. Then I'm just gonna resize these to fit just like that. Maybe bring that one up a little bit, like so. Fire. Oh. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment at the age of 22. Okay, bet. Move that over like so. That's tough. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and color grade this real quick. Same exact process. Literally just grab the LUT, throw it on there. Maybe we go to the shadows, bring up the shadows a bit, just like so, and then maybe bring up some contrast, like that. Money. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment. And then I'm gonna go try to find some B-roll for me working at my construction job. Okay, so I finally found the B-roll in my camera roll, so I'm just gonna go ahead and import that again. Fit to frame. So a little over 2 years ago, life looked completely different. I was working at a construction. I was working at. I was working at a construction job that I absolutely hated. Until I got. Gonna label that like kind of as B-roll, just like this. Same thing with this one over here, just so we know what we're looking at. Just like that. Bang. I bet. So that's really all the B-roll that I really want to add. And again, just because I want to keep this reel very chill, super minimal. I don't want to go too crazy on the edits. I'm going to go ahead and just add the text, and then we're just going to go add a little bit of sauce to the hook, and then we're going to call this one a wrap. So create captions from transcript. First, we got to actually make the transcript. So we got it transcribed. I'm going to generate static transcript because I don't really care for the new one. You guys know that. Going to go ahead, create captions. Just like that. I like to just slide everything over to the left. Like that. Boom. And then I'm going to select all of these captions, and then we're going to make it actually look good. Go to properties, go to whatever font you like. I like Akira expanded. I like to make it italicized like that. Get rid of the shadow. Actually, let's keep the shadow, but we'll make it like really big, and then we'll center the text just like that. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and make it yellow because I've been liking yellow lately. Not even gonna lie. This is what it looks like so far. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand put me into my dream apartment at the age of 22. Bet. I'm just gonna make a little tweak right here. I don't like the period, not gonna lie. Doesn't look good. And then I'm just gonna line up the text with the cuts to make sure that it's looking good. It's nuts to say this, but it's nuts to say this. I'm gonna delete this. But my personal brand put me into my dream apartment at the age of 22. And just really make sure that you're keeping these texts like at the cut points. Okay, bet. So that's looking pretty solid back there. Let's go ahead and just knock out the hook and then just call it. Okay, so I kind of like the it's nuts to say this. So I kind of want that to be on screen like the biggest. So I'm gonna change it to Akira. Akira is just my baby. I love that font, bro. It's literally my favorite. I've been using it for legit years now. So I mean, if you guys see any of your creator homies using it, just know I was there first. Let's go ahead and change the size to something like this. And then let's also just bring it back here. Then we're just gonna stack it up just like this, and then it's nuts. And then we're gonna move this around. I'm actually gonna move this over here, more centered. Move this over this way. I'm actually gonna make this a little bit smaller as well. And we're just gonna do like a simple little stack hook. And if you guys don't know how to do that, just watch me. I'm just gonna be going at a chill, very chill pace. Nuts. And then we're just gonna duplicate again to say, I really do not like the new properties tab, bro. I hate to be a hater on new things, bro, but golly, this thing's brutal. You gotta like scroll back up to change the size, bro. You gotta go down. You gotta open a new properties tab. Like, come on, dog. Come on. It's all good. Nuts to say. And select this. And then we're gonna make this bigger. Move this just like so. Bang. Boom. And let me actually move this over. Just play with it a little bit. Now I'm actually gonna work on the timing of the text. So it's nuts is gonna pop up pretty quick. Not these nuts, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. Nuts is and then I'm gonna start like a new one. So I'm gonna actually just chop all of these off right here. And then I'm gonna nest all of these real quick. And then I want it to like fall off of screen. So I'm gonna go over here to slide down out, just like so, and see how that looks. It's nuts to say this, bum. It's nuts to say this, bum. It's nuts to say this, bum. Tough. Fire. Now I'm gonna put this below the adjustment layer so that way the camera movement is actually affecting the hook. It's nuts to say this, bum. And then maybe let's just add a little bit of like a blur so that way it's like adding some depth. So we're gonna go to blurry text. I'll just drag and drop it right here. That's a little bit too much for the effect because we want it like very subtle, but it did give us the look that we're looking for. So we're just gonna do a slight. It's nuts to say this. Tough. It's nuts to say this. It's nuts to say this. And then I'm actually just gonna low-key duplicate this. I'm gonna bring it up here, select all of these, and I'm just gonna Control C because I've already kind of done the work a little bit, and then just go back over here. Oh, whoops. Control or copy and paste it, and then like bring it up over here again. And then I'm just gonna start over. So I'm just gonna actually delete those because that didn't really work out too well. But I'm actually gonna center this text as well because I feel like this thing's not centered very well, which is cool. It's all good. Properties, but center right there, and then we got to go all the way down here. We got to center like that. Center. Fire. And then I'm gonna actually have this slide in up, or actually do like a little. Yeah, we're gonna have it slide in up with the text slide in. Sweet. And then I'm just gonna adjust the first keyframe because I don't want it to come in from that far down. I kind of just want it to be a super subtle. There we go, like that. It's nuts to say this, bum. It's nuts to say this, bum. And actually, I'm feeling a little saucy. Let's go ahead and place it behind me. Just like that. And then we're just gonna change the words. We're gonna cut this text layer on the words. But my, so we're gonna change it. My personal and personal brand and brand, just like this. My personal brand, and then to like make the actual captions, like the text right here, actually be behind me. We want to go ahead. Let's make this bigger. Let's bring the camera movements up. We're gonna bring this down, and then we're just gonna duplicate where we want the text to like be behind my head, and then duplicate the bottom layer, so like the A roll, and then bring the A roll above it. And then what that's gonna do is it's gonna get rid of the text. If we disable it, you'll see all the text. I'm just gonna personally use Keeper, and this is a third-party plugin, but I actually do have the preset inside the Takeover pack, so that way you guys don't have to leave and like type in Keeper. It's actually right over here, right down here. Drag and drop it, and then you will get the key. As you can see the text, and then because this text is actually supposed to be above me, you want to drag the original text above. So you want all of the foreground text above the actual key layer, and then you want the text behind the subject below, right? So behind equals below, in front equals above, essentially. So that's why I placed the text up top. Okay, so here's the hook so far. It's nuts to say this, but my personal brand put me into. And that's the thing, bro, is like with Reels, you want to like just literally try things out, see what looks good, and then just replay it 500 times and make sure that's good. Like, horrible advice, but like it's what I do every single time. So like you just gotta play with it until like you find something that's pretty fire. And since this is a tutorial, I low-key don't want to do the entire thing, but Honestly, this is pretty much good to go, ready to post. You could export it, which I'm actually going to show you guys how to do that right now. Export, you go over here and you just type in the name of the reel. So I'll just do like dream apartment reel, and then go to video, check these two. I'm just doing 1 bitrate pass, and maybe just do like a 38 megabytes per second. Instagram's about 40, so that's about where I like to keep it, and then just hit export, and then you're good to go, bro. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys learned something, please do like, comment, subscribe down below. This was a very raw sort of video, kind of thinking about scrapping it, but we're gonna post it anyways because I know there's something for someone out there. And if that's you, let me know. I'd honestly really appreciate that. But please like, comment, subscribe down below. Remember, take action, take over. If you guys want my editing presets, link will be down in the description below. Peace.